I'm going to get on another website that these self-proclaimed scholars love to use. Oh, everybody came from Africa. It was 12.5 million. Let me jump onto this website right here. The Transatlantic Slave Trade Database Voyages. This is called the slavevoyages.org. Now, this is where they show you where these quote-unquote slaves, mind you, they're not telling you if they, what their origin is, nothing. They just telling you slaves. Here go the numbers. Oh, they coming from Spain, Brazil, the Netherlands, the USA, France, and here's the disembark and embark, where they were picked up and dropped off at. Keep in mind, I keep telling you, there's a difference between truth and fact. A lot of those scholars, self-proclaimed scholars, would believe that this is a fact because somebody created a website now. Oh, and they threw some numbers out there. Oh, and they threw some numbers out there. Where they get this information from? Number one, where they get it from? Okay, and how come they not breaking it down to you? I mean, you can tell me the numbers all day long. How come we can't know if that's white or black people, so-called black people? So wait a minute, you could be telling me, and these are white slaves right now. You could be telling me slaves, and they could be white slaves. Do you hear me? You just telling me numbers in between a particular timeline of the 1500s all the way to what? 1875. But the US Census started in the 1790s. But you got records of these numbers since the 1500s. Somebody lying. Let me tell you how they lying. When you use this website, you click on the about the project. Once you click on the About Project, you click on the history of the project so you can know what's going on, where they get this stuff from, right? This is what they tell you on top of that. This is what they tell you. Now, before they tell you 1770 this and 1500 that, they tell you right in the beginning where I highlight from the, I'm gonna read this now, from the late, listen to this, y'all, from the late 1960s, Herbert Klein, and I'm gonna go into Herbert Klein, probably in a documentary. You gotta understand who that guy is. It's a reason why they're pinpointing these people out inside of this history of the project, and Herbert Klein was the first one mentioned for a very, very particular reason. I might even tap into it a little bit here, but I'm definitely gonna have to come out with a documentary about this guy. Herbert Klein and this guy. Herbert Klein and other scholars began to collect, listen to this, archival data on slave trading voyages from unpublished sources and to code them into a machine-readable format. In the 1970s and 1980s, scholars created a number of slave ship databases, several of which the current authors choose to recode from the primary sources rather than integrate the databases of those scholars into the present set. In other words, they say, you know what, we can make up our own. Let's just do this the way we want to do it. Let's do, and they put it into a system. Here it is. Now here's the kicker. By the late 1980s, now here's the kicker. By the late 1980s, there were records of approximately 11,000 individual transatlantic voyages in 16 separate databases. Listen to this, not all of which were transatlantic, nor, as it turned out, slave voyages. Boom! So what are they? Made up, created databases. You have no record of the transatlantic slave trade. They told you that. Not all of which were transatlantic, nor, as it turned out, slave voyages. So you created a story. Melville Herskovits created the Middle Passage. Then the rest of these Jews, the Jesuits, got together in the university. Then the rest of these Jews or Jesuits got together in the University of Chicago and created an idea that they learned from Frank Boas, the professor at the University of Chicago, okay, in which Melville Herskovich started teaching all of our people, especially those that were in the Boule in the University of Northwestern, still in Chicago, the same out of Africa theory. Now debunk this. It's right here in front of you. I'm reading it right off of their site. Debunk it. I dare you. You can't. See, and I'm not even trying to belittle anybody with the information or their credibility. It's not about that. It's about logical thinking. This is what they took away from our people. They took away the logical thinking skills that we possessed naturally when we were born with. They took it away.